Trump just, I mean, he was so laid back, sort of almost sort of dispassionately looking at the screens.
Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm just going to turn this down in the background. It's quite low anyway.
Since he won, has he said to you what his plans are for the UK, US? It's not clearly nowhere near.
Just leaving that running a moment because I'm going to check. We're going to get Kamala speaking soon. Hello, Sing Blue Silver. Are you okay, my love?
I mean, don't forget, on Monday, he did 6
Hey, John. How you doing? Hi, Saskia. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Talking for 5 hours this morning. I've done my back at the top because my laptop is like, when I'm on the bed, it's lower down than me. So I'm like looking down and I've done the back of my neck. So I need to try and higher it a bit more. So I'm going to have to call Al to give me a hand.
Relationship between us and America. I mean, obviously, we've got senior government figures that have said.
I'll let a few people come in.
About it, we have the prospect of a Trump government bringing in quite big tariffs for all foreign imports, something that we need to deal with by getting involved in negotiations as quickly.
Let me know
reasonably can.
If you're happy, if you're unhappy with the result.
Speaker Sir Lindsay Hoyle has said he looks forward.
Right, hopefully you'll hear that. Bless you. Hi everyone, Brum Vixen, Saskia. Honestly, I woke up and went live. My throat is on fire. I was blocked from commenting on your other channel. Huh? What do you mean? My live stream's not got the comments open, if that's what you mean. If I set them up for like days in advance, I don't put the live box on because the comments disappear anyway. They don't stay there. So when I go, good boy, Gizmo, good boy. Right, let's just get rid of that. Is that what you mean, darling? Right, 31 people here. We've got Terry Knowles Band again, Sowan, Bridget Blaine. Hello, love. 8 Canadians, so happy. Lee's here, Sowan, as I said, Terry Knowles Band again. Bridget, how do you feel? I know you're not a fan, are you, of Trump? This is brilliant news, guys. And again, we are going to have people that don't like him, and that's okay. You know, like everyone has got their own opinion, but I think the American people have seen through Kamala because, hi Belinda, because even if you don't like President Trump, just let me know, can you hear me okay at the moment? A bit of a sore throat coming again. So I've had to just get a Calippo. He is entertainment. Hi, Clarice. It's brilliant news. It's brilliant news.
We resolve these things to the satisfaction of both sides. And if I can help in any way,
whether you like him or not,
to break down some of those barriers,
he.
I'll do so, and not because I support anything that Keir Starmer.
Let's take that off a minute. If you like him or not, he's entertaining and he holds the establishment to account. Yeah, he's a narcissist. Of course he is. You don't get there where he is without being a knobhead. You know what I mean? Let's just get, I'm going to get the latest articles up as well. We're just waiting. Now, Kamala has said she's going to speak. I'm hoping she's going to speak. Hi, Yvonne. How you doing? Hi, everyone. Been working a lot, taking care of my grandchild. A lot. Hardly online anymore. I'd rather the Republicans than the Democrats. In fact, Kamala couldn't be asked to turn up to her own rally. They all just disappeared and she wouldn't speak. Sam R says they've had 4 years to do their exactly. This is what I'm saying. They go, oh, we want change. Hi, Hawkeye. We want change. Well, you've had 4 years. Oh, do you know what? His last election, same as that Sadiq Khan. Just, I don't know how these people get back in. I really don't. So hopefully now the hi Carlos, the algorithms will start to pick up a bit because I haven't streamed for so long. The algorithms aren't really sending out notifications and we're not getting many people in. So hopefully the more you stream, the more they like you on YouTube. So let's get some articles up. Let's see what's happening. Oh, where's that gone now? Got an update on my Chromebook. It's like really annoying. Did you see that video that I've just put out, guys? I just put a video out on this channel. I wonder what she's doing now. We're going to have to find out, aren't we? That lady from... hang on. Is that Al? Bloody... Honestly, these dogs, right? They're so naughty. They are just... Now they're getting in the hay bag and pulling all the hay out because Al's just hayed the rabbits and they want to be involved in that now. They're like two naughty toddlers, these bloody dogs. Right, let me just get into the chat on my phone. Hold on. Yeah, there's a lot of people upset today. And what I want to talk about as well... hello, Avogadro. I like saying your name. Hello, how you doing? I'm going to start singing your name every time you come in now, and I'm going to really end up doing your head in. Hawkeye. Is that your channel? Hi, Dave. Who else is here? Stephen, Sam. There were bomb threats. Yeah. Got a notification. It probably, yeah, Brum Vixen. He would if he was given a chance. Oh, thank you, John. Do you know, a lot of women have actually voted for President Trump more than they ever said. What I want to do, I know, no streams for like a month, apart from like 2 little garden ones. And then look, I'm like a bus. I'm like buses. They all come at once. I just want to show you guys something that is trending on Twitter. Okay. Let me just get this up. Where's it gone now? Fuck's sake. It was there. I'm gonna find it. Hold on. I want to show you guys something here. Now, I've been talking a little bit today about the last election. Okay. Before we get into any more talk from today. Where's the remote gone? Come on, turn the TV down a bit. If you hear me sucking, I'm eating my Calippo. I've got a bit of a sore throat. So before we get into the news from today, obviously President Trump has won. We know this. Okay. Come on, why isn't it coming up now? Hang on. What's the matter, Mo? Mama, Mama, Dad, you okay? Right, so we're going to start looking at some of these numbers coming in. Right now, I know that you're right, bud. You got some leg on them. I know that in 2020, there is no way in hell that Biden got 81 million votes. So I just want to show you something. And I think that we're finally going to get some answers on the 2020 election that, in my opinion, was stolen. Hang on, I'm back in chat. Did you, Dave? Tears of joy, says Peter. Ted? Yeah, and me. It's like, hello, Lotterbit. It's like they've been keeping us in this horrible doom and gloom. Your state was a Republican state, wasn't it, Dave? Forever. And people don't people go, oh, why does it matter to you? Oh, it matters. Oh, okay, darling. I'm not gonna be on long, sweetie. I was on for 5 hours this morning, so. But I want to talk about this. Okay. Let me just get this up. I want to talk about George, stop it, please. This. Now. Yeah, feel better, darling. Yeah, I'm eating a lolly because my throat's a bit sore. You know when you're at the point where you're getting over the flu, but you're not quite right. and then you go out, and I was out all day yesterday, and then you wake up the next day and you're feeling a bit ropey. Doesn't help when you wake up at 7 a.m. and literally go live instantly and talk for 5 hours. Now look at this, right? Okay, so fair enough. They haven't finished counting yet. Now this is the popular vote, and the popular vote, some people won't understand the American elections. Let's hope that Ben comes back on, because I would like his thoughts on this. So Ben is the guy that was on with me this morning. He's probably asleep now. He was up all night, and he is really good, cool co-host. Hi Dean, how you doing? So sorry, I'm eating ice. Sorry, it's so rude, but my throat is really sore. I'll put a video on in a minute so you don't have to listen to me, because you don't want to listen to me eating ice. Okay, so this is a popular vote. This doomsday clock moved 2 minutes. Hang on a sec. We moved 2 minutes away from midnight. Thank you, Elaine. When Trump won, this win by Trump is bigger than anyone could imagine. Yeah, I honestly, I called it yesterday. I said he's going to win by a landslide unless they try and do something. And I genuinely thought that they were going to try, and they did. We had Ben on earlier, and Ben confirmed, because he's in the know. He's in North Carolina. And he actually, if we can get him back on, hopefully he wakes up and pops in. He actually explained this morning that they have tried. It was just too big to rig. Hey, GG. God, your name's quite difficult. GG. Have you changed your name, or are you new? We need to get you. Could I call you Gigi? Hello, Grim Reaper. Let me just give you a span. I've wiped them off, you see, mate. You'd always have a wrench here. Oh, well, guys, that's okay, because everyone is entitled to their own opinion on here. Hi, Jen. Love, how you doing, sweetie? Right, so they were eating nuggies, and then they started doing that. But I called you. What did I call you for? Oh, yeah, to come and help me hire my thing.
Oh, right. I think the link Kamala's Doodah speech live.
Oh, is she live?
Yeah.
I can't get it open.
Oh.
Hold on a minute.
Search for Associated Press. Associated Press.
Right, can you just get me that cushion, please? Guys. Is she out yet? Okay.
She's not out yet.
Okay, hold on a minute. We're waiting for Camel Toe. She's on her way out, but until she comes out, we'll carry on talking. But I do want to show you what I was just about to show you then, which was hang on a minute, let me just get this open. Okay. Hang on. Okay, right. I'm going to talk, but we're going to leave that going. Now, she is due to come out. I'll probably put it in the background until she comes out, because we don't want them striking us. Basically, what I was going to say is this popular vote. Now, the Democrats usually get around between 64 and 68 million. Million votes. Okay. Now, in the US, some people don't understand how it works. Oh, that's better. Thank you. Some people don't. Some people don't understand how it goes. Right? Is she really trying to say it's fraud? How do you know that? She hasn't spoken yet. Thank you. It's not going to stay there, is it? 11 p.m. in the UK. Well, Al's just sent me this link saying that she's coming out now. Oh, I'm confused. Right, well, we'll leave it running in the background for a moment, okay? So, I'm getting distracted again. I'm going to ignore chat, all right? Just because I get distracted by chat. So, the popular vote, what I'm going to do, right? Can someone do me a favour, a big favour, and keep an eye on that? Because I really need to show you this graph, okay? But if she comes out, if anyone can keep an eye on that for me, I'd be really grateful. Now, this is the popular vote. In America, it goes by how many electoral college votes you've got. We explained it a little bit this morning. So this is the popular vote. This won't get you into the White House, but it shows the percentage of how popular you are. Hey, Joe. Hello, Grim Reaper again. Skip, hello, welcome. Donna, welcome. So this is how this is in the millions, right? So I don't know if you can see this because it is quite small, but here we've got 65 million. Now the Dems average between sort of like here. So in 2012, you had, that was Obama, wasn't it? So if you look here, Obama, like, he pissed all over the Republican Party, yeah? Then, now this is the popular vote. In 2016, when President Trump won the first time, he didn't win the popular vote. He got more electoral college votes. He got in. But the actual percentage of people across the country as a whole, he got less votes. The other way it works here, like Nigel Farage got 4 million votes but got 6 in, but Liberal Democrats got like 2 or 3 million and got 72 in. It's a bit backwards. Okay, hi Cromwell Bear. So now let's go to the 2020 election here. Okay. Biden, so President Trump increased he won here and he got 64 million votes. Now in 2020, there's the 75 million mark there. President Trump got 74 million votes. This was in 2020. President Biden, Joe Biden, got 81 million votes. Where did these votes come from? This needs revisiting. Now, at the time, we were all called sour losers, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not. I'm the opposite to it. I'm actually the opposite to a sour. Hello, Plisco. The opposite to a sour loser. I respect people's. If somebody's got an opinion, I respect it. If something wins, like for example, I didn't vote for Brexit, and I'm not afraid to say that. You're a hottie. I'm not afraid to say that because there's a lot of reasons why I didn't vote for Brexit. But as soon as the vote came in, I mean, immediately I got behind Brexit straight away because that won. And see, I was a very staunch conservative and I wanted to believe that David Cameron, like looking back, we can do a whole piece on Brexit. His deal that he got with the EU if we stayed was better than Theresa May's deal if we left. The country has gone backwards since Brexit. And I know there's a lot of it is we didn't do it properly, but we've ended up with half of the third world coming in. Yeah, the Polish stopped coming, but we've got half of the third world. Okay, but I don't want to get into a big debate on Brexit. Okay, they didn't implement it properly, and I fully back Brexit now because that won. Brexit won. I get behind it. When it comes to 2020 election, it was never a case of being like a sour loser because President Trump was blatantly done in that election, and it proves it here. So this is like the average Democrat vote. So she just got so President Trump got less votes than the last election. Hi Richard. He got less. Look, see here the red is the Republican Party. Yeah, I know it's backwards to here. I got no alert. I knew it. They're not sending notifications out because I don't stream much anymore. They don't like it. Is anyone keeping an eye on Kamala? Right, I've just looked. They've got a bulletproof screen there. Do you know what they might do? I'm not joking. Do you know what they might do? They might bump her off. to make her the victim. Okay, so yeah, I know, dodgy Dave. It's point. I don't want to argue about Brexit. I fully support Brexit, and if it happened again, I'd vote Brexit. Okay, I don't want to get into a Brexit argument. I fully support it. There you are. Hi, Ben. I'm going to put the link in soon. If you want to pop up, it's up to you. I wanted your opinion on this when you do pop up, because we are looking at the popular vote from the last 12 years, the last 3 elections, well, the last 4 elections, if you want to include today. Where did these votes come from? And this is what I was saying at the time. There is blatantly election fraud, and they're saying it's been proven it wasn't election fraud. No. Who are these people here? It's gone back to what it should be. Okay, around between 63 and 68. No little envelope, just a red dot on top of my device. What does that mean? We love Camel Toe. It's Ben who was up with me earlier. Ben, let me know in the chat if you're free in a bit. I know you're probably not. You're probably really busy. Elon Musk helped a lot. So this doesn't make any sense. So Trump actually got less votes than last time. So Joe Biden got more than President Obama's landslide, because President Obama was a very popular president. We know this. Oh, Brill. Oh, yeah, see what I mean, Lee? They're not sending notifications out. I would average, especially if I went live about something that was, popular going on at the moment like this, I'd have a few hundred in. Weird. So this year, this election, I have never seen so much media pushing of Camel Toe. They are pushing her far more than they did Joe Biden. They have really, really gone full on pushing this woman who is received no votes to be there. And I can't get my head around it. And yet she got all this pushing, but she couldn't get anywhere near. But no one can get near Joe Biden. In our living memory. See, look, thanks, Ted. They're not sending them out. I knew they weren't. But you can just click on the live button and you'll get the red dot, what Lee's just said. Yeah, it'll be because I'm not streaming often, or they just don't like me. One or the other, or both. What are you doing? Right. Funny boy. So they need to ask this question now. With President Trump in power, it's looking like they are going to get the House. Oh, brilliant, Sam. But you were in earlier. That might be why. They've got the Senate. They've got the electoral vote. They've got the popular vote. Can they get the House of Representatives? We don't know yet. So he has got, hi, Amethyst, love. Now, Trump has got the power to fully investigate that election. We know that Joe Biden found millions of votes from dead people. And when Ben comes up now, I'm going to let Ben, I know you've explained it this morning, Ben, but there's a lot of people that weren't here this morning. Can you explain the fraud that you actually come across, if you don't mind? George, stop it, dude. So I'm going to pop the link in. This is for Ben. At the moment, I'm not having anybody up. This is just for Ben at the moment. So there you go. Pop up. If you can tell people what you told us this morning. And I want your thoughts on, if you don't mind, on this graph. Where did these people come from? It makes no sense. Now, if you look on Twitter, right, this is what people are saying on Twitter. Can we talk about how Biden got 81 million votes in 2020? Most secure election in history. Is Camel Toe. Hello, Ben. How you doing, bud?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
We're good, thank you. Did you get any sleep?
I got about 2 hours in the middle of the day,
Oh,
so I'm ready.
Gosh,
I'm
you'll
good.
sleep good tonight then.
Yes, that's the hope.
Yeah, hopefully, because hopefully the adrenaline will suddenly drop then, and then you'll just pass out.
It's been a good day.
It's been amazing. Yeah, it's been amazing. Can we all welcome? Yeah, the blue is the Dems. If we can all welcome Ben, that'll be good. Why are we deleting comments from GGG? Hasn't done nothing. Hold on a minute. No, don't hide anyone. No. No, don't hide anyone, please. All I'm going to say is, first of all, moderators, unless someone's coming in, talking about children, doxing, threatening, or downright an obvious bot, don't block. Even if it's just a troll doing a bit of banter, just delete their comment at most. Don't block anyone. I don't want people blocked. This is why I have to keep taking all the wrenches and starting again, because I keep getting people coming to me saying I've been blocked. Why was GGG blocked? I've unblocked you. Please don't do that, guys. Okay? Because I trust you all, and I can't. If I would have missed that, that's another one gone. So just going back to this. So we've got this here. We're going back to 2004. John Kerry. He got 59 million. Barack Obama, 69 million on the first one, which was bigger than the second one because he got 66 million. Hi, Hawkeye. I'm going to give you a rent. Yeah, if we can all welcome Ben, that'd be great. Ben is our new American co-host.
There you go.
The Bunny and Ben show or something. We'll call it.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Hi, Sawan. Hawkeye, I'll sort you out of a wrench in a moment. So Hillary Clinton. So this is all the Democrat numbers. 2016, 66 million. Then Joe Biden, out of nowhere, got 81 million. Now, he wasn't pushed half as much as Camel Toe. Now, Camel Toe is at 67 million. So they are still saying now, I don't believe this. I don't know about you, Ben. There's no way that she beat Obama's second term when he got 66 million.
Yeah, not a chance. Yeah, that's actually pretty wild to see on the graph, to see how many more votes Joe Biden got than anybody else.
It needs investigating. Do you not agree?
Oh, for sure. I don't know if they will, but
the thing is, President Trump is in now, right? Touch wood, nothing happens between now and January is it the 6th or is it the 20th, the inauguration?
The 20th, I believe.
Brill. And all you've got people in jail, right, over this, over the so-called the January 6th, which I watched it all unfold, and I know someone who knows the Buffalo guy. It's his friend, and I was actually watching it all live on DLive, and this guy was on the phone live to my friend while it was all happening, the so-called insurrection, and he was describing the scene in real time, and he was saying that Antifa have turned up. They were shoving the Patriots into the police. They were getting really violent, and they actually opened the doors to get the police in to keep them safe. He was saying it in real time, and he was saying, and you could hear him all shuffling, and he was saying, I need to get the police out the way. These Antifa, they've turned up with weapons. Some of them were dressed as patriots, some of them were dressed in black. This Buffalo guy, oh, thank you, Joe. Oh, thank you, darling. That's really kind of you. And he was describing it all. And then when we were watching it on the news, it was totally different. So now, if this is proven, this is clear, this is trending on Twitter now, by the way. People are really, really starting to question this now. If this gets proven it was fraud, which, we need it proven in a court of law, are those people going to be released from jail? is the question.
You talking about the January 6th people?
Yeah.
So I know Trump has the ability to pardon or reduce their sentences, and a lot of people are calling right when he gets into office that should be the first thing he does is pardon all those people, which I agree. But I think he can just do that if he wants. So I think that'll probably happen. But as far as there being fraud, I think in a lot of cases, even though it was proven in certain instances that there was fraud, they oftentimes will say, yeah, you're right, but we can't change it. So,
It's just, the thing is, if it's acknowledged officially by both sides that this happened, then it cannot happen again. Now, people keep saying, oh, how come, the people that are defending this are saying, well, if we rigged it last time, we could have just rigged it this time. So, do you want to I know you've repeated it once, but would you tell the viewers, because there's some viewers that weren't here earlier, your experience of what happened with the election fraud? So Ben is in North Carolina, and he's got some information for us.
Yeah. So the three things that I remember there being a lot of talk or actual judicial answers to was one issue was this was still an early voting before Election Day. I think it was a couple days out of Election Day in Michigan. I think it was largely Detroit, Michigan. There were a lot, which is a very Democratic liberal area. They found tons of duplicate ballots. The Trump administration found it, or the campaign found it, and was able to get them removed. So none of them counted. But I think it was like hundreds of thousands, and that would have, if they didn't catch that, they probably would have lost Michigan.
What are you doing? Sorry, not you. Just I'll mute.
So that was a big one. Another one that Trump actually sued and won was they closed the polls early in a county in Pennsylvania. And for everybody that probably knows, Pennsylvania was the most important state out of all of them. It was the one that everybody was paying attention to. Whoever won Pennsylvania was probably going to win the election. And in Pennsylvania, they turned away Trump supporters because it was a heavily conservative county. They turned them away as part of early voting several hours before they should have. I think it was like they were turning them away at 1 p.m. and the polls should have stayed open till at least 7 p.m. And so the Trump campaign sued them and won. So they had to reopen the polls for an extra day for early voting. Supposedly, they only brought on one pollster, so it took forever for the people to actually get their votes, cast, because there was only one person that day. Because they said, well, if we have to have it open, fine, but we'll only have one person working it. So people were standing in lines for like 7-8 hours. So what? I don't know. You may have seen this, but I know through social media, when people saw how long the lines were, they started door dashing and sending food and chairs just to keep people in line for those 7 hours so they would vote for Trump.
That's really good. Well, the thing is, everyone should get to vote, whether you're voting for left or right,
Yeah.
Everyone should get that. So you say, so basically all of this happened in the last sort of like few days, you're saying, or the last few weeks, where they were actually suing them for closing the polls early. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, and I think, and you can look it up. It was, I think it was Bucks County, Pennsylvania. They won the lawsuit and had to reopen the polling station. And I know Trump had mentioned Lancaster. I think it was Lancaster County. It was either in Michigan or Pennsylvania. There were over 2,000 fake registrations that were on there. So they weren't actual ballots, but they were registrations. So you can assume they would have been ballots. They found those and got rid of them. So they were on top of it. So those are 3 instances that I know happened.
And that's just what has happened.
And that was just then. That wasn't even talking about the Georgia, the state of Georgia, the whole like bombing threats and all this that I'm sure you heard about.
Sorry, my dog keeps on pressing buttons. Yeah, they were saying it was the Russians again.
Yeah, which is very weird because I heard and saw that as well. But then It might have been a different time, but I later found out that it was a Democratic pollster that was calling in those threats. So I don't know who actually did.
Yeah, you can't, like, there's going to be like lies and stuff on both sides, but I do believe that the Democrats are being much more. And the thing is, years ago, I wouldn't have said it, but the Democrats have been completely taken over by the globalists, and a lot of the conservatives have as well. You
Mhm.
know, I'm just going to try and grab up this video if I can find it. I bet you I can't find it now, of the Amish, what I wanted to talk about earlier.
Oh, right.
And there was that guy that went there.
I think
and
his
it's
name
got-
was Mark Dice. Is that right? Maybe.
It's got, literally it just came up. Let me just look. The video got recommended. I never take much notice of the guy's name. And as long as we're like not watching the whole thing and we pausing and stuff,
Mhm.
because a lot of people don't realise. Mark Dice. Let me see if I can. It's not coming up. I would like to show the viewers, if I can. Right. Got his channel here. It was a few weeks ago, wasn't it, that he went?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, I remember. So let me just. I'm not seeing it at the moment. I've gone back a month, so. Is that who it definitely was then?
I think his name was Mark Dice.
I found Mark Dice's channel. I'm just looking for this Amish. So basically, guys, what I'm looking for is this YouTuber went to the largest Amish community in the US, and it was in Pennsylvania. And he spoke to them, and it was really interesting. I only watched a little bit of it. Hi, Jenna. Yeah, Benny's back, guys. Benny's back. If that is him, I can't see this video.
It might. Yeah.
Maybe
It might have been somebody else actually.
I think it was. So I'm gonna do another search. There's a few people talking about it now. But when this came up.
Oh, Nick Johnson.
Oh, how did you find out? Thank you.
I just typed in Amish voting interview, and then I scrolled down a little bit, and I saw the video that I'm thinking of. It's called "Even the Amish Are Voting for Trump."
Brill. Hopefully it's the same one as I watched.
It might be. It probably is.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to watch a little bit of this. Now, this is under fair use, guys. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to link this guy's video. Give this guy a sub, folks. Again, I'm using this under fair use. I'm not stealing it. I'm talking what I'm doing. Right, where's that gone now? Why is it doing that? Right, let's get this up. Now, I am keeping an eye on Camel Toe because the stage is set for her. I don't know if you're aware, but the stage is set. They're waiting for her. So we're going to keep an eye on that as well.
I love that you call her that with a straight face, like it just rolls off the tongue, like you're saying her actual name.
Again, it's the British banter humour, if you want to call it that. I'm just having a quick look. So Associated Press have got live coverage at the moment. There is nothing happening. The stage is set. They have got these screens up. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if the deep state, because they know she knows too much, don't assassinate her. Because
what do you guys call it? Bumping?
We call them bumping off. Yeah.
Bumping off.
Yeah.
I'll get the slang.
Do you like the slang?
Yep. I like how you guys say brilliant. I think that one's good.
No, they don't vote, but they do. They did vote, Dave. I know they don't traditionally vote. Right, so I'm going to put this on, okay? Let's watch a little bit of this. So again, this is fair use. Please go and give the guy a sub. Oh, God, I'm having issues. There it is. Give the guy a sub, folks. I'm not going to get any volume, so I'm going to have to mute it while they're talking because I can't hear it unless I turn my phone up. Right, here we go.
Kamala Harris, that you don't like what she's doing, or Joe Biden, the people that are currently running the country? Is there things about what they're doing that you don't like?
Yeah, they're involved with the deep state.
They are involved with the deep state. You're right about that. You guys are well informed, I have to say. I know, right? Those are some Amish sisters talking about politics. If you know anything about the Amish, you know how rare this is because they never vote or get involved in elections. Didn't care about it at all. But they do now because the people running this country are crazy. And they know it too. We made it back to Pennsylvania with the election coming up. We thought we'd drive through the swing states, talk to people how they feel about all the election stuff that's coming up. And we're beginning right here in Pennsylvania, in Lancaster County. Join us as we do the Swing State Tour 2024.
So this is a YouTuber, Nick Johnson. I'm going to watch a little bit of this video. I'm going to be pausing it as well. It's under fair use. The link is there. I've got to pause. I've got to mute myself because I'm listening to it on my phone and you'll get an echo. My laptop stopped working for the speaker. I don't know why. How are we all doing? Welcome, everybody. Hi, Lottie. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Memberships, guys, I'll link it in a minute if you want to join the channel. You can do. Yes, we're going to watch a bit of this now. We need to appreciate the Amish. Not that we can't. They wouldn't know it because they don't watch TV. But the Amish who never vote were coming out and voting. So we're going to watch a little bit of this video. So you say you've watched this. Have you watched it yet, Ben, or you just come across it today?
I've seen a bit of it. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen all of it myself. We're not going to watch it all because it's obviously not my video, and I am linking it while we're watching it. So we're going to watch a little bit of this, and it's really interesting. It really is.
Well, hello. I'm out here in Lancaster County in south central Pennsylvania on a beautiful morning here with about 2.5 weeks to go until the election time. And this is where I'm going to begin this election tour in Pennsylvania, clearly because it's a very important swing state. But I keep hearing from a lot of people that there's this broad groundswell for Donald Trump this year across all the different demographics, the black folks, the gay folks, the Latinos, and the Amish. So I came out here to start the tour here in Lancaster County. It's very conservative. I think the biggest Amish population in the world lives here. And I wanted to see, is it true that they are supporting Donald Trump and why and how they feel about the country? Now, I've been told that a lot of them are elusive. They don't share their politics. A lot of them don't vote. But I heard that there's a lot of them that are currently starting to back Donald Trump. And I wanted to find out why. Just talk to them. It might be a little challenging considering they don't really participate in much of this. So I'm going to do the best I can and get to the bottom of it here in Lancaster County on day one of the election tour 2024 on a beautiful fall day. It's about 65 degrees. And I'm excited to begin the tour right here in places like this. And look at that. You can still see the ruts from the wheels going right up to that beautiful farm. Well, you know, I talked to some Amish people. Learned a lot more than I thought I would that day. Lancaster County, PA. Wonderful place. I mean it. We came up here in the fall when the corn's ready and the pumpkins are ripe and the air's crisp and the skies were clear. There's 350,000 Amish in the U.S., And Pennsylvania has the most in the country. There's 90,000 Amish here. And half of them are right here in Lancaster County. 50,000 Amish live in this part of Pennsylvania. It's the biggest Amish settlement in the world. Now, we all know that the Amish live simple lives, but they're not all as intentionally unmodernized as you might think. Some families use power, some have cell phones, and some of them even drive. It's very complicated and not worth focusing on, but across the board, they do live a simple life. And traditionally, they never really vote, like hardly ever. The main reason is their religion. God's law is way more important than man's law.
Sorry, guys, I just have to keep pausing it just to. They're chewing the. Hang on, they're chewing the trays, and they keep knocking my laptop over. They're both doing it. You're gonna have to take them.
You can't do that.
Al's gonna take the dogs. I can't stream with them. This is why I don't stream very often as well. It's so difficult to stream when you've got puppies jumping all over you. Yeah, so I've had to pause it because I've got to do that for the fair use. So this guy, he's gone there, as you can see. It's amazing. It's like something out of a movie, you know, like Little House on the Prairie. Do you have any in North Carolina where you are, Ben, of these people, Amish? Hi, little Georgie.
Yeah, we have a few. Like we said earlier today, Pennsylvania has by far the most, but they're throughout the East Coast.
Yeah, I thought so. And if you look at them, they originally came over from. They've got like a Dutch heritage, haven't they? Like a Northern Europe heritage. Where do you live, Paul? I've missed some time. I missed some. Hi, Paul. How you doing? Hi, Lily Bell. I'm so happy that my mom went to Philadelphia. Just reading this comment from Jennifer. She met with the Amish. Jen lost her mom this year, so if we can all send our love to Jen. She met with the Amish community. She said it was one of the most humbling experiences she's ever had, and spent time. I didn't know they were in Philadelphia as well. There's little pockets of them, isn't there?
That's right.
We have them in Missouri, and I know them well. Do you, Dave? So they don't normally vote. So this is interesting for Dave. So Dave is Wyatt Earp is this is Dave. When I say Dave, I'm talking to Wyatt Earp, and he's in Missouri. So we do have, like I say, Americans here, Americans on the channel. We've got lots of American friends. So we're very diverse over here. We like everyone. We love everyone. So we're going to watch a little bit more of this, folks. So again, fair use. I'm going to keep linking this video. Please give the guys a sub and a like. And we're loving his content.
Law. Our leaders mean nothing to them. And our laws, they don't pertain to them like they do with you and I. But actually, that's not really true anymore. As this country's gone further left, and I'm talking crazy left, you know how bad things have gotten. Well, now the Amish, they're paying attention. They finally realized that this far left Democratic turn is making their lives difficult too. Immigration, gun laws, their personal freedoms, small business restrictions, all the weird school decisions, abortion. Quit saying that we can't gather in our own churches because of COVID restrictions. And we don't want our boys going off to some war. We need them on the farms. Now, I didn't ask them, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't agree with us giving illegal immigrants EBT money and free hotel rooms. Make them work for it, damn it. And of course, the economy, the inflation and the high cost of housing, that affects every single one of us. Now, all this is starting to show up in the voting booth. The Amish in Pennsylvania, they're registering and they're voting in huge numbers now. And every single one of them is voting for Donald J. Trump. It used to be super hard to get the Amish to sign up to vote, but it's a lot easier now with the way the country's been going, with Kamala and Joe in office. So Kim and I spent 2 days driving around Lancaster County to talk to the Amish about all of this. What do you think about the way the country's going? How do you guys feel about things? And are you really that fired up about Trump? And boy, did we get more than we thought we would. What are the values that the Conservative Party has, Trump has, that the Amish community identifies with?
Well, we're pro-life. We're, I can say we're pro-freedom. To be overregulated is just nuts. I mean, you go back in the history of George Washington and through the different presidencies and the Bill of Rights, all those were based on freedom. They weren't based on overregulation. The politicians didn't make a career out of it. It was almost a disservice to be a politician. Today we are a politician because we make wealth off of it. Trump didn't keep $1 when he was president. How about all these other politicians? How about they go 4 years without taking $1? Our values, conservative values, and the Amish values line up very close. We don't agree on everything, but we agree on most things. The liberal values are absolutely crazy. Seriously, anybody is deciding if they want to vote for a Democrat or Republican, I got a simple question for you. Which is better, California or Florida? New York or Texas? Like, seriously, if you don't know who you should vote for, think about the policy. Think about the states that are run by Democrats. Think about the states that are run by Republicans. Very simple choice.
You guys are a fan of Donald Trump, huh?
Yes, we are.
So why is that?
Because he's a business person and we are too. So yeah, we like his business approach in politics. It's not just all politics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are some other, because his values align with what your values are too, right?
Yeah.
Like, what are some other things that you feel that you agree with him on?
So, well, there's a lot of stuff, and like we need a better border. we need less regulations. We need less rules. We need USDA and PDA to stay out of our business. So we need better people and to make laws, and yeah.
Okay. Are there a lot more people in Lancaster County that are voting for Trump now than used to?
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of Amish that registered to vote this election. So
there's a lot of Amish that are
voting now.
That are voting now.
Yeah.
And you said that a lot of the Amish don't put a sign in their yard. Why?
Hardly anybody does. No, not from the Plain community.
Why is that?
They don't want to draw attention. That's probably the reason. And we believe in voting, but we believe in just doing it quietly and not to make a big fuss about it.
Mm-hmm. So for the Amish to actually be registering in large numbers means this country must be pretty far left.
That's my impression. There's also a lot of outreach in the Amish community, and there's folks talking to them. There's dialogues that happen. I've had lots of conversations with my parents, so did my brother. So it did just happen overnight. And some of it is just simply helping them find an intersection, between.
Right, so I've got to pause it there. I'll move it forward in a minute. We can't watch the whole thing, but you guys can go and watch it. I'll forward it in a minute. We'll watch them towards the end. Dave is saying that there's not any Amish interviewed. They looked Amish to me. Well, what were they then? Were they Mormon or something? Ben, can you elaborate on what Wyatt Earp is saying here? That they're not Amish?
So far, he's not interviewed any Amish. I would think those are Amish. I don't know.
They looked it, didn't they?
Yeah.
They were so shy. They were really shy, weren't they?
Oh, especially the two women.
Oh. Biden has invited Trump to the White House for a transitional meeting.
That's standard, yeah. I'm sure.
Well, it usually is, but then you can understand though, like looking at those figures, why Trump didn't accept the outcome, can't you? You know, like the last time.
For sure.
So just seeing that graph, it really blew my mind. Did you feel the same?
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. And I know some people are stating that, Trump won the popular vote, which was a surprise. So he had, we looked at it earlier today. We saw the turnout in like New Jersey and New York and California, how well he did, even though he lost those states. And a lot of people are saying the reason you're seeing that is because it was a much more protected election.
Yeah, because so like usually they'd get away with a bit more cheating, sort of thing, is what you're saying. And people would just
photograph.
Oh,
So that
sorry.
definitely.
Carry on.
So do you know who Scott Pressler is? Have you heard that name?
I don't think so. No, because
Okay.
obviously we don't get. I don't know if I have heard now. I don't know who he is though. The UK don't cover our news channels. Don't really cover it. I have to go looking for.
Yeah,
You know.
so and I'm curious. I'm sure maybe the guy that's in, what was it, Missouri? I'm sure somebody in chat has heard of him, but he is, everybody that wanted Trump to win should be thanking him. So just a little bit of backstory, and you can look him up later and learn a bit about him. He might be the reason we won Pennsylvania. So what he did was, I think it was 4 years ago, once the election ended, he was at January 6th. And so he decided, okay, Pennsylvania is a very important state. I'm going to move there and live there for 4 years, and I'm going to register as many people as possible for Trump. And so a lot of these Amish that you're seeing, when they're talking about people, coming and reaching out to them, it was most likely him and his organization that went through and signed up as many people as possible. So everybody's been thanking him for Pennsylvania.
That's
put
amazing.
4 years. Yeah, it really is amazing. You should look him up.
That's awesome.
It's pretty amazing. He was at the Butler, Pennsylvania rally the second time when Trump came back after getting shot, and he spoke. So, yeah.
Oh, so he did that, even though he couldn't have guaranteed that Trump was going to be the nominee as well. So I'm guessing he did it just for the Republican full stop, whoever was
because
in the,
the problem, at least here, I don't know about there, but the problem here with Republicans is we don't have any what you call ground game. We don't go door to door like the Democrats do. We don't do these things. So he did it for all of us, for Pennsylvania. So
wow. Yeah, that's the thing here as well. Our Conservative Party don't like to do much door to door. It's more the Liberals that do that, and not all, but as a general rule, they seem to be doing that more. What are people saying in chat? I'm just having a quick look at chat. Just noticed the pink bunny icon next to my name. Yeah, because you've become a member. The Amish won't go on camera because they feel cameras will steal their souls. They not usually know. Just keeps echoing. How's the audio? Is it okay, Ben?
It sounds good to me.
Okay. I think it's my laptop. No, they don't normally, but they have done. So let's listen to a little bit more. But this is what I'm saying, Dave. They actually are doing it.
And it makes it easier to vote by mail.
So a lot of the Amish, they're still pretty shy about expressing their political views. They might not tell you they're voting Republican. A lot of them kind of hide their support for Trump. They don't need the eye rolls from their non-voting cousins or neighbors or people that might be like, vote for Trump. So they don't really tell a lot of people. They don't put signs in their yards as much. We had several Amish people talk to us, but they didn't want to be on camera. Now, this is Amos Miller's farm. He's pretty famous around these parts, big-time organic farmer. He didn't want to be photographed, but he agreed to express his views with us. All right, it's ready. All right, so Amos, talk to me about how you feel about the current state of the way the country's going, and in particular, how you feel about Trump. There's a lot of support for him here. I know he's not perfect, but there's a lot of things he's doing that you like, I think.
Well, I think the people that are surrounding him, the team that's gearing up to help him, I'm excited about. Thomas Massey, Vance, Robert Kennedy Jr. They know the importance of farmers. They know the importance of food freedom. And I'm hoping that Trump will get that same perspective, so we, the farmers, can do our duty, what we've liked to do for many years. Farmers are going out of business like flies. We only have I'm not sure, about 50% of our farmers we lost probably within the last 20 years. We like to be farmers. We love to be farmers. But the rules and regulations that have been put upon us, forced upon us for the last 30 years is terrible. We can't make a living. The food system is monopolized. The corporations want to run the government. So we're looking for someone to push government back so we can be true farmers that we love to be. Our culture loves to be farmers. The work ethic is still here. That can be lost in a very short period of time if we can't be farmers. We don't want abortion. It's not what God intended us to do. So I don't like that idea. So whatever we can do to get close to God and respect his creation, be farmers, religious freedom, serve him. I don't know where this Democrat Party is taking us, but I have a concern what their goals are.
And then we also met with a few other Amish people at a county market in town. And they also wanted to talk a lot, but they said, please don't put me on camera. So we didn't. They had a lot to say. I'll show your face.
Not show face.
Here, she'll hold it down. Okay. So here, take that.
Closer.
Yeah. Okay. So what did you just say about, we were talking about how there's a lot of people voting for Trump in the county here. And what did you just say?
From what I had seen, there's quite a few people that like the way that Trump stands for. And if they count the votes right, I think Trump will be able to win this state.
Count the votes right, Trump will be able to win the state.
Yeah.
Don't throw it in the trash can.
Don't throw any in the trash can.
And also, don't vote double.
Don't vote double.
Yeah.
They say there's a lot of people that are dead that are voting.
Don't vote for your mother that passed away.
Don't vote. Yes.
Yeah.
So have you seen, here, point it down, so just at their feet.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you seen a lot of support for Trump grow in this county?
Well, it's always been towards a Republican, or actually a conservative, is what I would say. And I haven't seen it change much. It's just people, I think it's just getting worse on people in leadership, that it's getting more liberal. And it just, you're taking stance where it's not scriptural towards looking for it in a religious viewpoint, and it's also not good for the country in a nationwide standpoint.
And people around this county, especially the Amish community, is starting to realize that.
Yeah, I think so.
I think, they've been strong on that for a while.
Here, take this. Hold that in your hand. That's just the audience. So say that again, ma'am.
The Amish and the Mennonites have always been on the conservative side, and they know about the things like the abortion and those things that the liberals are pushing the opposite way that we believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's a big concern for us, because it's getting worse. It's getting pushed more towards liberal.
That we have to tolerate it.
Yeah, we have to tolerate it. Then it comes on us, and we have to tolerate with whatever. If the Democrats, if it lean towards the Democrats, well, then it's more liberal. It's the basic standards of our belief. It's not protected anymore. So we have to go along. We get pulled into it, and even though we don't want to. So it's not good for our country. It's not good for
liberal viewpoints, including abortion, also in transgender, and also making it harder for businesses with a lot of red tape, which I think feel could be made a lot simpler, being just down to earth and being typically just using common sense is what would make it a lot simpler and easier for businesses to get started or even just to keep on running. Would be a lot of help.
Then it was at the end of our day, and Kim and I were driving around the county, just looking around at how beautiful it was. And I told her, I want to talk to one more Amish person, not somebody at the market, somebody already involved, or anybody that I already kind of know how they're going to vote. Just some random person on the side of the road, somebody I know nothing about. Just see what they think. Then I met this gentleman, just walked up to him with the camera, kind of out of nowhere. I was shocked he talked to me. Okay. How do you feel about the way the country's going?
Are you taking a picture of me?
Is that okay?
Is it going to be on?
It might be.
Is it going to be on TV or?
It might be on YouTube.
I don't know what to say about where the country's going. It's not good. But now what's the question?
What is not good?
What is not good?
Yeah.
Abortion. A lot of things. I can't tell you right now.
Okay. Are you voting for Trump, or do you have an opinion on any of that?
I'm not saying who I'm voting for, but I want to be at the polls.
Because I hear that a lot of Amish are voting for him this year. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah. Because somebody else asked me who I voted for. That was the primaries. I said, that is for me to know. Nobody else has to know. So, yeah.
Good.
That's it.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, sir. Thank you. He's working hard out here at the end of the day, out here in Amish land, where everyone's getting their stuff done. And I'll tell you what, I see more and more Trump stuff, and the Amish people are fired up about it. They may not say it, but they are. You can see it in their eyes out here in Lancaster County. And that horse is a beautiful horse, and what a wonderful afternoon it is. And I don't know how this is going to be a close race when you hear about even the Amish getting fired up about the election. Something must be wrong with the country to get them all going. So that's my report from Lancaster County, middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. Election 2024. You heard it here first, folks. Now off to Philly. Off to Philly.
Dave, I know you keep saying they're not Amish. Well, we can only go by this guy's word for it, and they sure look Amish to me. I know what you're saying, that your Amish people would never vote. Would never vote or never go on camera. But this is a different pocket of Amish people. Take care, GG. We are going to be catching a bit of camel toe. She's due on at 9. Probably won't be able to stomach all of it, but we're going to see what she's got to say. Just stop that a moment. Ben, do you feel that these people were Amish? Dave's saying they're not Amish. I don't. I think they are, Dave. I know that your pocket of Amish people in Missouri wouldn't go on camera, but this is the biggest population. And I don't know whether you heard what Ben said, but this guy, thank you, Space Cat, by the way. This guy, what was his name again, Ben? Sorry.
The guy interviewing?
Sorry, no, the one that you said went and...
Oh, Scott Presler.
Scott Presler.
Presler.
Let me just Google him a sec. You may have heard of him, Dave. I'm not sure, but this guy went and moved to Pennsylvania for 4 years and really got people registering and did as much work as they could. And he was the one that got a lot of support from the Amish people.
And I know he even, whenever Trump would have rallies in Pennsylvania, they would have buses there to take the people that went to the rallies to bus them to get registered right after. So he was on it, you know?
Yeah, well, there you go. This, if you've seen this now, I'm just did a quick search of his name, and this is the sort of stuff that we get up in this country. Now, our internet, Google, the search engine, is so heavily biased. So this was like the third result down, and it's a website called Mother Jones. And it says here, Musk gave 1 million to the PAC of QAnon promoter who allegedly photographed sex in the GOP office.
Wow.
And it says, fight disinformation. Sign up for free Mother Jones daily newsletter and follow the news that matters. And this is the sort of stuff you get. Like, I don't know what it's like over there, but it is so bad. Like, Google have got so much control here.
It's the same here.
Maybe they wear different clothes, Dave, in different sections. That to me, like, I can't say for definite, but that to me looked genuine. With this is quite a big YouTuber. He does a lot of interviews. I can't see him faking that entire thing. It would ruin his YouTube career for a start. Like, how would he? Are you saying that he's getting people dressed up in Amish clothes and wandering around markets? I don't understand why you don't believe it, Dave. Do we believe that was real Amish people?
Yes.
I do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So type
it's
yes or no in the chat. Was that real Amish people? Yes or no? Dave doesn't believe it, but Dave, that's just Dave being a grumpy sod, isn't it?
Maybe
Dave,
he's saying that's not how Amish people typically act, but is he saying that it's all staged?
I think so, because he's saying they're not Amish. Hi, Yvonne. Yeah. Dave, you're on your own, mate. Get over it. You can see the buttons. Amish don't show buttons. Have you got any thoughts on that, Ben?
No, I don't know much about the Amish. But I mean, if he doesn't think it's the Amish, then okay. But everyone else does, so I don't know.
Hi, Saskia. Yes, fools will state a race is bound by it. Hi, One Big Pond. They looked really uncomfortable, didn't they? Those girls. They were definitely like really uncomfortable. So I've just had a quick look here. So it says here that, so this is the sort of stuff that the liberals over here are seeing that's coming out of America, which is why they are so, obsessed with hatred for now Musk as well. They hate him. They want Twitter banned in this country. So it says that former President Donald Trump called the billionaire Elon Musk a super genius guy. That super genius is his new America PAC have now taken over much of the Trump campaign's swing state ground game in the final weeks. Since creating the PAC in April, Musk has infused it with nearly 120 million to try and get out the vote for Trump. But as it turns out, winning a presidential election may not be as simple as colonizing Mars or wrecking Twitter, especially for a political neophyte, is it? So he said he's offering people money. He's been offering people money to register to vote, and then got sued by Philadelphia
and then won.
Attorney and warned by the Justice Department that the scheme is likely illegal. He hired an army of canvassers only to see many of them game a GoTV app and make it seem as if they had knocked hundreds of doors, when all along they've been sitting in Starbucks. What?
So I may have this wrong, but I do remember hearing that at least one of those lawsuits, if not all of them, Elon Musk already won. So none of them worked. So it was not illegal.
No, so this is blatant, and it's the gaslighting that gets me. That they're saying that join us to fight misinformation. The gaslighting is off the charts.
I have a question for you about that. Did you so you heard when Biden called half the country garbage, right? You saw that whole thing.
I loved I loved Trump trolling them with that as well.
Right. That was perfect. But did you see what the White House did? They tried to change the transcript of the video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that
He
is
tried to
that is
change it. Yeah.
gaslighting. That's
Yeah.
gaslighting.
And people had already got it, so they messed up there, didn't they? Because people had already got the transcript. Yeah, they tried to change it. They got Google to change it. You know, Donald Trump isn't just, like I said earlier, he's fighting against the media, the corporations, the globalists, and also like Google. You know, the most powerful companies. And it's like turkeys voting for Christmas, because without them, they'd fall apart. You know, the Google need capitalism to stay afloat, which is why I call it corporate fascism, because that's what it is. So we're just checking for Camel Toe coming out. So far, nothing is happening. So I'm just going to show people where we are right now. So Scott Presler, I'll do a bit of research into him, but it looks interesting that he moved there. So Dave, if you're still here, this could be why that they got them to speak. So this is Associated Press, and this is the scene right now of Camel Toe. This chat is moving so fast. Look at all these people in the chat.
When I saw the chat, I saw somebody put a camel emoji in the chat, and I had a laugh. Yeah.
So we're all waiting. And that's the thing, looking on YouTube. Can you keep hearing like a noise? My speaker keeps trying to work.
It sounds fine to me.
Now and again, you'll hear my actual speaker's broken. And the thing is, I got this laptop like 18 months ago, and the viewers helped me with it. Like, I didn't ask for the money. I've never asked for a penny on this platform ever. But when my last one kept on breaking, and I says, look, I'm going to have to disappear for a little bit because until I can get a new laptop. They actually offered and helped and sent donations. Hi, Julius, and said, get one. So I did, wow. And I was so blown away, so grateful. And I only use it for YouTube. I don't use it for anything else because that's what it was bought for. I don't use it. So literally, I've only used it however many times I've done live streams. Shouldn't be breaking already, but I've got no audio whatsoever. And now and again, I keep hearing like a crackle, like it's trying to come through. I think Dave's gone off in a mood. Dave, don't go off in a mood, mate, because we don't agree with you. Yeah, but it's built into the laptop, though. I don't know. I'll see if Al can do something. So we are waiting for her to come out and concede. I am quite surprised she's doing this, Ben, because we thought she would do it in a letter. She's waited a long time. She would have been better off doing it earlier on and doing a really short one and then disappearing. She's dragged it out and made it much worse for herself.
I completely agree. Yep.
I think she was hoping that something would have miraculously happened, like some votes would have appeared like last time.
Right. And I don't remember if I or you had said this earlier today, maybe not, but you do know that if the roles were reversed, let's say she won in a landslide and Trump, instead of conceding, he drags it out to the next day, the media would be saying Trump refuses to concede to the election landslide. But they're not doing that for this.
And that's the thing with the last election. It wasn't a landslide. It was neck and neck for a long time.
Right.
And they had to keep recounting and recounting. And the Democrats kept recounting until they got the verdict that they liked. And that's just a fact, because on the early indications shown that Trump had won Georgia. Do you remember?
And I remember it very well. Yeah.
And Trump's big mistake was not coming out early enough and calling it. He should have. Steve Bannon said the same thing. He should have come out much earlier at 11 p.m. at night and said, we've done this, but he didn't. And by sitting back, they went in and did what they did. And I genuinely believe that she has waited, that she has hoped, and her team have said to her, hold back, we're going to see if there's anything we can do, like dump some votes or something. You know, you don't know what's going on in the background, do you? You don't know what they're up to.
So yeah, so I don't know if you know this, but it was around, I want to say it was around 1 in the morning, maybe 2 in the morning, during the election night when it was looking really good for Trump. At this point, we were just waiting on them to call Pennsylvania, and what
Yeah.
happened was they had a report that truckloads of additional ballots were coming
Wow.
into Pennsylvania, and everybody was having flashbacks of 2020. It turned out
Really?
that they didn't have enough votes to make it a problem because we had a big lead. But I don't know. It was kind of weird.
There you go. Now you imagine how that would have been happening all over the swing states.
Hmm.
So that's why I think she left it, because I think she thought, well, or she's been told by her people, you know, don't concede yet because there's still ways and means of. And then it's got to the point now where they've all said, you know what, give up, we're done, give up, and that's it. We'll fight other ways. But I know that they did hire last week one of the top election lawyers, the Dems
Yes,
did,
they did.
ready to fight this, but it's too big to rig, isn't it? Do you agree?
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
It's massive.
I agree, but I'm curious to see, because I don't know that they're just going to let Trump become president. I'm not convinced of that yet. There's going to be some stuff that happens, but I'm not sure what.
It says here on the news, concession speech imminent. So I'm keeping an eye on that for you guys constantly. As soon as she comes out, I'll put it. I can see it on my TV now, so I'm keeping an eye on it, and I'll put the screen back up. Hello, Julius. How you doing? Thorn, welcome back. John Sebastian, is that your real name? Says welcome back, President Trump. So far, we've not had anyone come in that voted for Kamala. Space Cat doesn't like any of them. That's the thing, you see.
I think I might have lost you. I don't know if other people can hear you, but
You've got adults who are genuine transgenders, and whether you believe it or not, they believe that they're born in the wrong body. And there are, your voice went, oh, really? It's this.
we can hear you now. It
Can
just
you? I'm
went
having
for about.
issues with the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's probably the laptop and not the microphone, but I'll have a little tweak about before the next one. But yeah, I am keeping an eye, don't worry, on this. I'll tell you what, I will leave it on in the background just in case she comes up. We lost you for it. Sorry, I need to have a sit down and go for this mic and see if it's the mic or whether it's the laptop. It's probably the laptop. I can't believe that I've now got to go and buy another one. This is ludicrous. No, he's not a savior. No. I don't believe that he is a savior. I'm not a diehard Trump fan. I believe that we've gone that far now that we need something to put a spanner in the works for the globalists that are just taking over. And that's why I believe that this is the right thing for the West, not just the US, the West as a whole. Hi, Stephen, by the way. So, yeah, he wants to put a stop to this rubbish in schools, this transgenderism in schools. I think it is a disgrace. What they're doing to children. So if you're an adult and you go through puberty and you find that that's making me eyes go funny, all them comments coming up. If you go through puberty and you see that that you believe that you are in the wrong body for whatever reason, whether you believe in it or not, it's irrelevant. That person does. And you want to go through a transition, and there are medical interventions now that can do that for you, and you're a grown adult, I have no issues with that. Some people would say that we shouldn't pay for it, or on the NHS, because we do pay for that. That is a big debate on. What was that? Was that you, Ben?
Oh yeah, sorry, I dropped something.
Oh, it's okay. It's a big debate. I think that the problem I have with funding the operations is, if you can't afford breast cancer treatment then you shouldn't be paying for that.
Mm.
You should prioritize illnesses like cancer and, you know, life saving. But anyway, so that's irrelevant at the moment, but that's what Trump is going to be looking at. He wants to end the wokeism. So leave the kids alone. There's no reason why anyone should be messing with children. Like the Scouts. The Scouts are now teaching pronouns. Like I've been waiting for my little boy to get to the right age. When he was 10 and a half, he could have started one of them. I don't know which one it is. There's different levels. And he had to be 10 and a half to go on a certain day that didn't clash with something else that he does. And he wanted to go. But now, I'm sorry, you've got this organisation that have already got known for certain, you know, I'd have to vet the Scout leader, because you can actually in this country, if you've got a child and it's in the interest of that child to get a check on that person, I can actually contact the police and ask them, does this person who is going to be around my child unsupervised from me have any past to do with children, you know, PDF file. I know you guys over there, you're completely free. You can see who's one and who's not one. We can't over here. We can't. We're not allowed to know. We can have them living next door to us and we're not allowed to know. They're protected here. I don't know whether you're aware of this, but PDF files are protected here.
It doesn't surprise me.
And they don't, yeah, it's disgusting. So but the only way you're allowed to ask is if you've got an interest, you've got a child, even if you're like a friend of or a relative, you can do it. So that would be the only way I would let him go, was if I did that check. Now, because of the pronoun stuff, I don't even want my child going and being around that shit. Like, I home educate him for a reason, to keep him away from that, you know. When he gets older, when he's gone through puberty and he's become an adult, if he does have any of these feelings of anything, then it needs to come from natural, not pressured. Why is it now we've got all of these children who want to transgender, but the bulimia has disappeared now because it's the new mental illness of children. It was gone from trying to make yourself sick to be really skinny to now swapping gender. It's encouraged by the establishment in this country. Do you know people are having that parents are having their children removed, Ben, if they don't if they don't call their children by their preferred pronouns? We're talking about 12-year-old children here.
Yeah, I that does not surprise me at all. They probably see it as child abuse, right?
Yeah.
So
Right, she's about to come out.
I bet the speech will be about 5 minutes long.
Why does it keep pausing? It keeps pausing. I don't know why. It's freezing. It's like they don't want us to see it. Right, okay, we're back up to date now. So when people say to me, like, why have you got an interest in the US? Why do you care? This is why, because this is literally what we are going through here. What happens in America does come here, and vice versa. So when Biden got in, it changed the whole dynamic of this country as well. Everything
Sorry,
was towards.
I laughed at something that Donna said. She said a woman took her daughter to the vet because they identified as a horse.
Well, that's the furry thing. Have you heard about the furries as well?
Yeah, yes.
In the US, this isn't here yet. This is what I mean. What usually comes over here, we say that about you, that you say about us. There's actual litter trays in schools in California because the children are identifying as furry animals and will only poop and peep in a litter tray. This is insanity. We don't have that here yet.
Oh, well, you'll get it soon.
But you know, now they're going to have an absolute meltdown now because this whole thing's changing. But when we've seen camel toe, I'll show you a clip from Emily Maitlis, who is one of the BBC so-called journalists and more like an activist. And she actually swears about Trump and she has to be taken off because she's that triggered that he won. Seeing the reaction, some of the so-called conservatives, there's this guy called Rory Stewart, is ever so strange little thing, horrible little hobbit thing. I don't even, it's just gross. I'll show you him after as well. He said, and he's supposed to be a conservative, which is our Republican, you know, how he's got Kamala's guaranteed to win. It's not close at all. She's going to nail it. And really going on Trump. And he looks such a prat today. And he's on Twitter having to like really backpedal. You know, these people look so stupid.
Yeah.
No night, Amethyst, love. God bless. Sweet dreams. And thank you again for joining. Yeah, I what time is it now? 9:10. I'll be on for probably another 30 minutes or so. Now I've got a stream tomorrow night, but I think after all this streaming today, I need a break. So I'm going to move it to Friday, if that's okay, folks, because, you know, it's a bit much doing back to back to back, especially when I've not been on for so long. I need to ease myself in. So I'll set it for the 8th. Oh yeah, hang on. Set it for the 8th. Sorry. So Ben, what are your thoughts on what Camel Toe is about to say?
I think, like I said, I think it'll be very short. I think it'll be, you know, read from the teleprompter, just to, you know, something they wrote up. I think, I do think it'll be very standard, because I've noticed from a lot of Democrats this morning, they really like to feel that they have the moral high ground. Like, yes, we accept this election, you know, unlike what happened in 2020, which is a horrible comparison, because this was a landslide victory. 2020 was not anywhere near a normal election. So I anticipate her saying, you know, we accept defeat, it'll be fine, blah blah blah, and then behind the scenes they'll probably try to get him legislatively. That's my guess.
I think that personally, I don't know how insane the Democrats are. People asking how I am. Yeah, she's still vice president. I'm not. Just quickly, because people are asking questions, and I've not seen Julius for a while. Julius, by the way, this is Ben. Julius comes on as well. He's a really good. He's never been a co-host, but he's been on, and I really enjoy him. Cinder, hello. He's coming on as well. I'll do an open panel soon, and we'll get different people up. I'm too tired tonight. Yes. Easing me, you got to ease me in, Space Cat Love. But Ben is in North Carolina. He's a brand new subscriber, and he's awesome, and he's already done 2 shows with me. So he's a Trump supporter. He voted Donald Trump. He's not a diehard Republican. He votes for who he thinks will be the best person for the job.
You listen well. You've remembered a lot.
I have got a really crazy memory. I've always had a really crazy memory. I've got a photographic memory as well.
I'm jealous.
It freaks people out. My husband, like, it freaks him out, my memory. I can remember things like what I wore when I met him, and the time and the day and all these things. Yeah, I've got it's really weird, because if something's in the very just recent past, like what I did today or yesterday, it'll take me a while to go through it in my brain and work it out. But if it's something that, like something like you coming on, I will literally take like little recordings of what you said in my brain, and I can actually like replay it. It's really weird. Something that I just do, you know. My brain is like a sponge. I absorb information, which is why I think I'm so into like politics and stuff, because I can just keep absorbing it. I have got psychic powers too. Hello, Tone Dark. That's the truth. Space Cat can confirm that. Sometimes I know what's going to happen, but I can't decide. I can't want to do it. If someone said to me, right, guess something now, it wouldn't work. But quite often we'll say something that she's about to say, or I do it a lot with Al as well.
You're very intuitive.
I think, yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
That's
I don't know
cool.
what it is. I'm intuitive with animals. I love animals. Right, I can literally read what animals want. It's crazy. My brain, I'm married to an Aspie, an autism. He's got autism. They call it autism now, but it used to be Asperger. I'm almost the same, Penny. We're quite special. We're window licking special, Elaine, do you reckon? We are special. Why 14 flags? Oh, I don't know. Oh, you've counted the flags. You are observant, aren't you, Paul? Blimey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think it's 14, or was it 15? I don't know. Remember, like a goldfish. Yeah, it's things like what I've just done, like yesterday. It took me a while to remember. How you doing, Tone Doll? 14. Why though? I'm just a CUNT, says Sid. Well, you said it, mate. I'm joking. I love you. Love you. So yeah, I did a 5-hour stint this morning, Sid. I came live at, was it 7:30? And I went on for 5 hours covering the results as they were coming in here. I haven't streamed for ages, and I've done like 2 massive streams. No, we love Sid. I have a sponge memory. I soak up all sorts of things. Yeah, isn't it weird? Do you know what I think it is? ADHD trait. Really, Clarice? Interesting. Do you know what I think it is? And people may disagree. If you've got to be a listener to have a good memory, you've got to pay attention. Too many people talk and don't listen. That's the difference. I haven't heard that for a while.
For sure. I wonder what's taking her so long.
I don't know. She's doing this on purpose. She was due out at 9 o'clock, and it's now 16 minutes past 9 here.
She has nothing to do. She lost. Like,
she's just being a bitch.
Yeah.
She's just being a bitch, I think. Why is the camera so shaky?
I don't know. And like I said, it's going to be a very short speech. This is taking longer than the speech would. And the speech is probably not going to be anything special, I'm curious to see what she says, but it's not going to be, she'll just, say generic trait, generic.
Yeah, probably.
Slogans.
I agree. I'm very intrigued to hear what she has to say. I'm very intrigued. So short and sweet. She's going to struggle because her ego. Her ego. Hillary, even like say Hillary. Do you know I've just got a notification for this stream? It's ridiculous. Not done enough coke yet. Yeah, probably crying, says Donna. But you're good to listen to. Well, thank you very much, Paul. Oh, I can talk for England. Don't get me wrong. I can bloody talk. Like, I don't shut up. But I've learned to listen.
I have a question. This is totally unrelated, but so when I was younger, one of my celebrity crushes was Princess Kate. What happened to her?
Oh.
Is she alive?
Yeah, she had cancer. She come through it. It's a really bizarre one, though. I was very intrigued on that. I personally, oh gosh, this is a whole new thing. I think she was actually bumped off, and they're using some sort of clone.
AI. I saw the AI videos of her, and also is it Charles, Prince Charles, maybe?
Yeah, I genuinely believe that because there was basically one of his cousins, it was either his cousin or some sort of relative to William, to her husband, who is the future King of England. He got bumped off in some shed, and there was rumors, and these were quite a lot of rumors, people close to the palace, that they were having an affair. This guy got found dead with a gun. He was shot like in something stupid, like the back of the head or something. And they said that he committed suicide. And the night that this all happened, she disappeared for months. And then they kept putting these AI videos out and these photos that were proven to be really badly photoshopped.
Yeah.
So
what was the
really
phrase you said? Fanged dead? Or feigned dead? What did you say? You said
framed.
Framed. Okay.
They found they said that he had committed suicide, but the way that they had done it, I think it was framed so that it looked like he killed himself. Christ, Penny, when this was around Christmas, I'm gonna have to do a piece on it. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I did do some research at the time, but before what was going on with Christmas and everything else. Yeah, you're on about Peanut the squirrel. That is terrible.
That was
I'm
wild.
due to do a news show, like a show where we catch up on everything. Like I do like a news and viral stories kind of thing, what's going on in the world. And I'll get like a few articles together and we'll run through it. I haven't done one of them for a while. So with Kate, then she made this miraculous recovery of this cancer and she's back out again now. But I think they've made a clone of her. I know people will say that's ludicrous and that's okay because we've all got our own opinion. But it's really, really bizarre. Thomas.
Yeah,
there you
I
go.
know.
Thank you, Sarah. There you go. That's the person.
Sarah.
Him.
Oh, Thomas.
Yeah, they
So
bumped
that's
off Diana.
right. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah.
I've got. I mean, you know, in the U.S., a lot of people are obsessed with the royal family. You know, just like I guess the whole world. I don't know. And I remember my family talking about the whole Kate situation. I was like, "Is she still alive?" And so I saw the AI stuff.
She is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
It's
alive.
very weird.
Thank you. If you look at the photo that she put out on Mother's Day. Now our Mother's Day is in March. It's different to yours. And the photo was so bad, like you could blatantly see that the child's hand and everything didn't make any sense. And I called it at the time, and even the mainstream media had to admit it was photoshopped. And then to try and prove it again, they then put out a video of her sat on a bench again.
I saw that.
That was AI.
Yeah.
It was.
Was that the one where her hands didn't look? It was either the shadow of the hands or something where she had her hands around her kids or family members. I think that was
the
picture.
photo. That was.
Yeah, that was a different picture.
That was I did a video on that on my other channel. That was the photo, and then she did this AI video of her sat on the bench talking. It was the thing is right. Hello, Edwalston, Athelston. The thing is, people don't seem to realize how advanced AI is now. You can literally get anyone to do or say anything whatsoever. They do it to me as well, Ben. They've got me saying things I've never said, and it sounds real.
That's scary.
What we're waiting for. I know. This is just ridiculous. She had 15 fingers.
She's practicing her speech.
She just cackles, doesn't she?
She really does.
She's not a natural speaker, and everything was so. The way that they wanted to get her in was she was in a little bubble, a little safe space. Nobody could really question her. She's literally like an actress, but a really bad one. There's nothing genuine about her. There's nothing from the heart. There's no passion there. She doesn't believe in anything.
That's exactly why they wanted her.
Yeah, exactly. And now she's got to somehow fake some sort of speak. This is why she's probably in the back saying, I can't do it. I just can't do it. And I bet they're like shoving her, saying, get on that stage now. She's like, can't do it. Hang on, what's happening?
She's not
now?
smart.
Oh, hang on a minute. We've got something happening. Right. Let's get this up now. There's Waltz Tampon Tim. Right, I'm going to put right. So I can't hear it, so I've got to turn my phone up audio to stop the echo. I've got to mute myself. Okay, so I'm going to turn this up now.
Please.
I'm going to find another stream because this one is not playing ball. It's freezing. Just bear with me a sec. Okay. Can't believe the audio's gone. So I'll see if I can find some. Here she comes. Hold on.
she comes. There we go. Kamala Harris, the forever former Vice President of the United States of America, taking to that podium in Washington, D.C. She's smiling at the moment. Let's see how she plays it. So she finally acknowledges defeat to President Trump. She's taking rapturous applause from the audience there as she waves and smiles away. Let's hear from her.
Good afternoon. Good. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let me say, and I love you back. And I love you back. So let me say, my heart is full today. My heart is full today, full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright. As long as we never give up, and as long as we keep fighting. To my beloved Doug and our family, I love you so very much. To President Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for your faith and support. To Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue. And to my extraordinary team, to the volunteers who gave so much of themselves, to the poll workers and the local election officials, I thank you all. Look, I am so proud of the race we ran and the way we ran it, over the 107 days of this campaign. We have been intentional about building community and building coalitions, bringing people together from every walk of life and background, united by love of country with enthusiasm and joy in our fight for America's future. And we did it with the knowledge that we all have so much more in common than what separates us. Now, I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States. And loyalty to our conscience and to our God. My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. The fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people. A fight for the ideals at the heart of our nation, the ideals that reflect America at our best. That is a fight I will never give up. I will never give up the fight for a future where Americans can pursue their dreams and aspirations, where telling them what to do. We will never give up the fight to protect our schools and our streets from gun violence. And America, we will never give up the fight for our democracy, for the rule of law, for equal justice, and for the sacred idea that every one of us, no matter who we are or where we start out, has certain fundamental rights and freedoms that must be respected and upheld. And we will continue to wage this fight in the voting booth, in the courts, and in the public square. And we will also wage it in quieter ways, in how we live our lives, by treating one another with kindness and respect, by looking in the face of a stranger and seeing a neighbor, by always using our strength to lift people up, to fight for the dignity that all people deserve. The fight for our freedom will take hard work, but like I always say, we like hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work can be joyful work. And the fight for our country is always worth it. It is always worth it. To the young people who are watching, it is, I love you. To the young people who are watching, it is okay to feel sad and disappointed, but please know it's going to be okay. On the campaign, I would often say, when we fight, we win. But here's the thing. Sometimes the fight takes a while. That doesn't mean we won't win. That doesn't mean we won't win. The important thing is don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop trying to make the world a better place. You have power. You have power. And don't you ever listen when anyone tells you something is impossible because it has never been done before. You have the capacity to do extraordinary good in the world. And so to everyone who is watching, do not despair. This is not a time to throw up our hands. This is a time to roll up our sleeves. This is a time to organize, to mobilize, and to stay engaged for the sake of freedom and justice and the future that we all know we can build together. Look, many of you know I started out as a prosecutor, and throughout my career, I saw people at some of the worst times in their lives. People who had suffered great harm and great pain, and yet found within themselves the strength and the courage and the resolve to take the stand, to take a stand, to fight for justice, to fight for themselves, to fight for others. So let their courage be our inspiration. Let their determination be our charge. And I'll close with this. There's an adage an historian once called a law of history, true of every society across the ages. The adage is, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. I know many people feel like we are entering a dark time, but for the benefit of us all, I hope that is not the case. But here's the thing, America, if it is, let us fill the sky with the light of a brilliant, brilliant billion of stars. The light of optimism, of faith, of truth, and service. HU. And may that work guide us, even in the face of setbacks, toward the extraordinary promise of the United States of America. I thank you all. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. I thank you all.
All right, there we go. Well, there was some talk as to whether or not Beyonce will be playing it at rallies. I thought they meant live, not actually they'd just be playing it at that loser speech there. But there we go. Kamala Harris somehow managing to make it through that particular speech. Mark. We go. Kamala Harris.
Right, I'm about to pause it because I play music, so I'll get struck for that. So I've had to stop it. Did anyone pick up on what she was saying about the moon, about the light and the star? She's talking about Lucifer there. Ben, are you with us, or have you fell asleep?
No, I'm here just being thankful that I'm not going to have to hear that for 4 more years.
No, she just wouldn't get off the stage. She, it was really painful.
It's so bad.
It didn't even, it was literally lots of words put together. It has taken her all day to get that right. They have given her that, and she's probably been saying, no, not that, not that. And then you can imagine her crossing it out on the speech. And then, hi, Warwick Bull. No, not that. And then crossing it out. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. And you can just imagine, like, she's been arguing with the advisors on what to say. They've probably said, keep it short, like you said. Keep it short. Keep it sweet. You know, we've lost. We're not going to fight it because we're better than him. And what she tried to get at there. And leave it short. But no, she wanted to praise. She's such a narcissist, isn't she? Everything. She just wants the attention.
So as I was listening to that, I took a couple notes so I would remember some things that she said. Did you catch when and I saw somebody in chat mention it too. Did you see early on she said, this isn't what we voted for? I found that very interesting.
And we're not going to give up. We're going to keep fighting. What does that mean?
And she said fight and fighting about 10 different times. And when Trump was shot and he stood up and said fight, they ridiculed him. They're saying, oh, he's trying to galvanize his supporters to engage in physical violence. But when she says fight, crickets.
Yeah, and fight for what? You've just lost. It doesn't matter. It was like she was. Maybe they are going to fight it in the courts, and she's just giving it away by mistake. Because she's bladdered. She was pissed. She was drunk.
She
You
was
can
pretty
see.
mad. And
She's
what the other thing that
erratic.
was interesting was, and I told you this was going to happen. She mentioned, we're going to have a peaceful transition
Yeah.
of power, and everybody cheered. That was never a talking point until they made the whole 2020 thing out. I guarantee you, if this was not a landslide victory, they would not be doing this peaceful transfer of power. This is
No, they
just to
wouldn't.
say, look how great we are. Look at our morality, which is what they
Yeah.
do to have power over other people. To say, look how moral we are. You're the bad person. It's the same playbook.
Yeah, it's just gaslighting all the time. And I'm sorry, but I said this at the time, and people were saying, "Oh, you're just a sour loser." No, those votes in 2020, Trump has literally been told by the Republican Party, "You're going to have to just get over it, move on." Which this is the thing now. But now if he's won everything, he might go back. I hope he does, because I would like to know where these 81 million votes came from. I think more than ever. I think it's the biggest in history.
Ever.
And
Yeah, and it was Joe
81
Biden.
million.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Biden, who could barely string. People were saying he's bad now. He's been like that from the moment before that. He's never been able to string a sentence together.
Yep.
It's not like he got the election in 2020 and he was completely like of sound mind and he was like what Donald Trump is now. No, the inauguration of Joe Biden wasn't even done in public. It was done behind closed doors. There was just the army there, like some sort of communist.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was like, and they said it was for COVID. But I know there was people on the roofs filming, and they said he wasn't there. It was a stage. It was like some sort of like hologram of him. He wasn't even there, because there's no way he could have spoke like that.
Right. And
I don't know what. I've seen video footage of the stage, and there's nobody on it.
Yeah.
But on the screen, you're seeing it on your TV.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And
yeah, I don't think he was there.
The other thing it kind of reminded me of, going back to January 6th, what was interesting, they want to blame Trump for all of that, but you do know, because it's very well known, that Trump tried to get Nancy Pelosi National Guard out, and they declined it. What if he was trying to engage in an insurrection, why would he want the military there to support the White House? That would be the opposite of what he would want.
Exactly. It's just total insanity.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, the people are just, it's like this, they're just completely and utterly brainwashed. And it's because it's coming, like I said earlier, from everywhere. It's coming from when you go and buy your new trainers, when you go and download from iTunes, or if you've got Apple account, and it's just going to Google. You type something into Google, and I don't know what it's like over there, but you're given the results of what they want.
Right.
It's everywhere. And all Elon Musk has done with Twitter, like, I'm not a fan of Musk, but what he's doing with Twitter, I like it a lot. But some of the stuff that he does, this AI stuff, I find it very dodgy, and this Starlink stuff, but that's for another day. But what he's done is he's given free speech to Twitter. All he's done is given both sides say. That's all he's done. He's not said that the Democrats can't have a say and it's only going to be for the Republican. He's given everyone an even platform, and they're having a meltdown because there's an even platform. It's all social media should be an even platform.
Yes, 100%.
It's insane. It's just balmy, but it's trending on Twitter. Biden 81 million is trending. People are demanding now that Trump, because if he gets the House as well, if he's got a super majority, like I think Obama didn't he, on the first one?
There was a super majority. It might have been the first one. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think he got as many in this. Now, his super majority, he got 69 million votes. Where I still don't understand. And Biden with his 81 million, and it was neck and neck through most of the swing states. They had to keep recounting Georgia and Pennsylvania.
Somebody
So
can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I heard yesterday, and I've heard this before. Trump was the only president in U.S. history to, be the incumbent president, so to run, his try to get elected
yeah,
for the second time and do better, get more votes than he did when he was first elected and still lose. He's the only one that's ever happened to. So
yeah.
you compare his 2016 to 2020.
Oh, thank you, Alex.
He gained a ton of votes, like a ton, and still lost, and that's never happened before.
Yeah, exactly. And he's even got less. Is it less now? Yeah, less now than the 2016.
Yeah,
I
think so.
But I don't know about the 2020. He got more votes than he did in 2016 and still lost.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. Alex has left a super chat. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you, Alex. Starmer should be scared. What has happened to Kamala Camel Toe is what will happen to him at the next election, a rejection of woke identity politics. I agree, but the problem is we have bowed down so much in this country that no one's got a backbone, and the only person who's going to do anything is Nigel Farage. You like him or loathe him, a lot of people don't like him. He can't win. They're now saying that he spends too much time in America and not enough in his constituency because he's an MP now. But Nigel Farage works harder than most MPs. Most MPs just do the very bare minimum. Nigel Farage will do that in his own time. He will still be in his constituency. He works his ass off. He's like Donald Trump. He works all the hours he can. He works really hard. So he will be doing things in his constituency, and he's doing America. And he always said he was going to help Donald Trump. So I hope Donald Trump helps him in return and gets him in power. Do you think they're talking about here, Ben, that anyway, they are on the mainstream media here, that Trump is going to try and change the Constitution to allow him to run a third term? Have you heard this?
I've heard it, but they've been talking about that since before he became elected in 2016. This is a common fake talking point. He's never once said that. And
he's never said it, right?
No, never. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's so like dumb. They just make stuff up, don't they? Like that's what I wondered if I haven't heard him say that, but I wondered whether you had. Right, nope. Okay.
Never said that.
More fake news then.
Yeah, and somebody mentioned it earlier in the chat. They were talking about that she was virtue signaling like mask wearers, and that's exactly right.
Yeah, that's what they do here as well. Yep. And Starmer and that David Lammy have had to really backpedal today. Some of the things that he said about President Trump was that he's a Nazi, and that if he's in power, him and his Foreign Secretary David Lammy, he's a BLM activist. He's not. He's like the Dems on steroids. He said that if they're in power, they will never let President Trump address Parliament. But they've had to come out today and say they will, because they look really stupid.
It's just, yeah.
Our relationship with America has been going downhill since Obama, because the Democrats don't like us. Like Joe Biden is a big supporter of Ireland and the EU. You know, they hated Brexit. I don't know if you know about this, but when we were doing the Brexit vote, Obama came over and told us to reject Brexit and vote to stay in the EU. He interfered in our election, our Brexit vote, and it was under David Cameron's order. He got him to come over and tell us that we should vote to stay in the EU. Did you know about that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's blatant interference.
For sure.
And what they did with Labour, that Labour sent over, which is our Democrats, over 100 delegates to canvass, which is interference again. We interfered in your election, and yet they're going about the Russians doing it, but it's okay for us to do it, though.
Right. Yeah, yeah, it's ridiculous.
I still have my EU nationalities. I never wanted to leave the EU, but I also wanted to keep our The EU could be a force for good. Being in Europe, not the EU, being part of Europe, but having individual nation states that have a good trade deal, that work together, but don't try and control, I think is a good thing. But the EU become this federation. It become literally the new USSR of Europe. It was the European Union was like the new Soviet Union. And that's what it's become. And it's the same tactics as the Soviet Union as well that they're using in the EU. What are people saying? Yeah, he was. How you doing, Bob Dog? He was there. Russia interference was, yeah, it was pretty. But they're now trying to say that Russia were going to try and blow up the voting boxes or something. I don't fucking know. David Cameron spent millions on a stupid pro-EU leaflet that he had posted to people. Yeah, I know. I'm sure that some of these that's for the other channel. We need to look into that on the other side. Are you into stuff like that? UFOs and random shit.
Yeah.
So you'll like my other channel then?
Yeah, probably. I haven't watched any videos yet, but I'm definitely gonna check it out because that's the kind of stuff that I'll watch when I'm not doing anything. Just just want to watch something.
It's crazy because I find that channel now is like a break from. You'd think that would be like you'd want to get back to reality. No, reality is more insane than talking about aliens and fucking ghosts.
Right.
And just random shit, I do cover some of my shorts will just be like random weird stuff, like the elected Trump at McDonald's was like, it was like I was in an episode of The Twilight Zone,
right? Seeing
him serving fries. But these Spanish floods as well, I've been covering quite a bit of that. Hi, John. It's not an open panel, mate. I'm coming off now. I'm just having the American guy up. It's not an open panel, but when I have an open panel and I'm having my fridge night, you can definitely be there, bud.
What's do you guys call McDonald's? Do you guys call it like Mackie D's or something?
Some people do. I don't. I call it McDonald's.
Okay.
Oh, John, no, it's not. John, it's not fridge night, mate. It's not fridge night. It's a serious election special, John. When I'm having my fridge night and my call-in show, you will be there. But this is just we've got an American on who is giving us his rundown of what's happening over there in North Carolina. Curious News, yeah, we like the I do something called the Curious News. It's like an alternative news show of weird stuff from all around the world, and I'll get some random stories and whatnot. Did you ever hear about the I think we should revisit this on the Curious Bunny about the fact that people are saying that Donald Trump is a time traveler, because Barron Trump was like a story from like 100 years ago, and he went up in that air balloon. Have you not heard?
I have not heard that. That's interesting.
Seriously, there's actually a
I think your mic went out.
Belly's going live soon, John. Right, I've not read this book since I was a little kid, right? But there was a book written, and it was Barron Trump. Some of the things that were in this book, and they called his son Barron as well. So when he got in the first time, they were actually saying that he was an alien took Penny. Oh, has it gone funny again?
Yeah, but you're good now. It only lasted a few seconds.
Oh no, sorry guys. Around the world in he did Around the World in 80 Days. Surely you've heard of that.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Hang on a minute. Let me just get this up. Yeah, Barron Trump. The Adventures of Little Barron Trump and his wonderful dog, Bulger in 1889. Its sequel, Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey, and he was like going around in this. From what I remember, anyway, it's been such a long time. Going around in his hot air balloon, and some of the things that they wrote in this book from the 1889 was like it was happening now, and people were saying that he was a time traveler to save the world. This is in 2016 from World War III, because we were literally at a turning point then. You know, with things could have gone downhill quickly, and he came in, didn't he? And he spoke to Putin. He got friendly with Putin. He got friendly with that little Ting Chong Chun, whatever his name is. That
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man, yeah, that one. Paul Rayner's like, what? Yeah, this all happened. My memory needs refreshing a little bit. Does anyone else know what I'm talking about here? Surely you guys know what I'm on about. Phileas Fogg. So you've heard of Phileas Fogg, you say?
Phileas.
No? You've heard of Around the World in 80 Days?
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, Baron Trump was like a time traveler or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do you not find that a little bit strange?
A little bit.
This is what they were saying. I'm going back like a long time now. Right.
Mm-hmm.
9 months ago, someone did a video. Is Baron Trump a time traveler? See? Why would he call his son that? I'm looking at the chat now and seeing if anyone else knows what I'm talking about. Because it's just been so many years, my brain isn't really with it. Baron Trump being accused of being a time traveler. Yeah, so there you go. Marvelous Underground Journey was the second one. Phileas Fogg, yeah. People do know what I'm talking about then. Right, 25th of January, the story here. Let me just see if I can get it up. Right. Hold on. Well, I think we're done with Kamala anyway, I hope.
I hope we never see her again.
Yeah, I really do. Right, I've just had a quick Google, right?
Mm-hmm.
I came across the story of, oh my God, how weird's this? Right, this is what I talk about, synchronicity. So, Avogadro, who's in chat now, he says, or she says, Penny, I came across the story of Baron Trump a few days ago. I saved it to check out. Yes, an extremely... Oh, there you go.
Huh, okay.
They were talking about this in 2016, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, look, Baron Trump book theories resurface about Donald Trump's son. See, I know what I weren't imagining. This was in January this year. So a 19th century book series features a character called Baron Trump, and his guide named Don has resurfaced conspiracy theories. His guide was called Don, involving former President Trump and his youngest son, Baron. Time travel talk was reignited, on Tuesday, and since viewed more than 5.9 million times, discussed Ingersoll Lockwood's 1888 publication, Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey, and 1896, The Last President. And people were saying that Donald Trump was going to be the last ever president. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Well, that could still happen because he's president again now. So that could still technically happen if people were still believing in that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they became a hot topic of conspiracy theorists in 2016, some of whom claim the Trump family as a time machine after the Republican entered the White House in 2016. So there you go. I knew that this had happened, and I just needed refreshing on it. I'm
That's
surprised
really interesting.
Others don't remember this. It's like, is this a Mandela effect? Why do I remember this, not you guys?
That is pretty interesting. I'll have to look into that.
Do you think that we should cover this on the other channel? Because I do.
I think so. Let's
not forget that Trump's granddad ended up with all of the plans. Thank you, Justine, from Nikola Tesla as well. Do you know about that?
I haven't heard that, no.
Right, so Trump's granddad was working with Nikola Tesla. Yeah.
Really?
and he was bumped off, and Trump's dad, a granddad, ended up with all of his like documents and stuff. So he could have built a time machine. Yeah,
Is he the MIT professor guy?
yeah.
Okay.
So the name of the book's character Baron, which is short for the Germanic name Wilhelm Heinrich Sebastian von Trump, is further evidence of time travel, according to some. In real life, ex-President Trump descends from German immigrants to the US. So that must be his dad, because his nan, or no, his mom was Scottish.
Yep.
So in here, in the novels, Baron and Don, can you believe this? Baron and Don discover a portal to a different world. What are the chances, Baron and Don?
I know. That's crazy.
It is this point that conspiracy theories have jumped on in the past. Could Lockwood have been talking about time travel? The thing about time travel is that if it's ever to exist, then it already does, said one comment on the post. Pence and the Last President. It's the last book of the series that really adds fuel to the conspiracy fire. The Last President, also known as 1900, amid the upheaval of the Trump presidency and post-presidency, some say this book was warning us all along. In the novel, the entire east side of New York City is in a state of uproar in November after a candidate is unexpectedly elected opposite to him. It is the tumultuous election of Bryan, supported by mobs of vast size that are organising under the lead of anarchists and socialists, that sparks this. These books threaten to plunder and despoil the houses of the rich who have wronged and oppressed them for so many years. This is all in a book. The mob plans to march to a hotel on 5th Avenue, the site of Trump Tower, today. This was written over 100 years ago. The president in the book even appoints a man to his cabinet named Pence. Another striking coincidence, given that Trump's vice president was Mike Pence.
No
Can you
way.
believe this shit? You didn't. I can't believe you didn't know this.
Yeah, how have I not heard about this? This is crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Like one TikToker said, too many coincidences is mathematically impossible.
Correct.
Received more than 16,000 votes. Others tied this time travel theory with ideas that the Simpsons TV show predicts the future, saying, could that be who is writing for the Simpsons? Sounds like Ingersoll would use the Trump family as inspiration, but this was over 100 years ago. Who is interested? Yeah, in synchronicity. Let me just see if I can grab a hand or comment up. I love synchronicity. It happens all the time for me. So I felt so profound when it seemingly randomly popped up. I am an empath, highly sensitive, very intuitive, and confirm I am female. Oh, thank you. So this happens all the time. So it'll be something that will randomly pop up somewhere, and then you'll be talking to somebody who will be talking about it. This is that situation. We were meant to have this conversation right now. Do you agree, Ben?
Right. And I think the whole synchronicity, I think that's something that even Carl Jung would talk about.
Who?
Like
Sorry.
Carl Jung, a famous psychologist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So synchronicity is actually a legitimate thing. Yeah. So I agree.
It is. It really is. But I don't know where it comes from, but it happens a lot with me and all the time. Has my audio gone again?
No, I can hear you. I was just thinking because that makes sense, because you talked a lot about, that you have feelings of, premonitions, is that the right word? Maybe intuition.
I don't know what they are. I've never called them that. I don't know, but it's happened an awful lot. Whenever I become close with someone, especially when I get to talk to them a lot, like thing will just, hello, George, hello, gorgeous. Have you been outside? My puppy's back now because he went and sat out the back with Daddy, didn't you, under the heater? My little Georgie. He's only 5 months and he's already twice the size of the other one. And they're both pure breed. They're both from the same line, and yet he's just a big chunk. You're a little chunk of chunk. You're my little Buddha. Right. Okay. So I think that we should leave it there, because I think I want to get some articles, and I think we should go down rabbit holes on the other channel.
I agree.
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Would you like to co-host with me on that?
Sure. Sounds good to me.
That's cool. Where are we now? I think we'll do it tomorrow night, or I might want a break tomorrow night. We can do it on. When are you free? Are you free Friday?
Yeah, it should be free Friday.
Yeah, but then it's the time. Thank you so much, Space Cat. Please sub up to the Curious Bunny. It's the timing though, isn't it?
Yeah, the
It's
time
like
is a little bit weird. What? It's like is it 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock there?
it's just gone 10 o'clock here.
10 o'clock.
So
Yeah,
I
I could.
usually stream about 8
Yeah,
this time.
I could
our
probably
time.
do that. Yeah, I could
Are
do
you
like
sure?
8 p.m. your time. Yeah.
You don't have to if you don't want to. You don't,
No,
but you're very welcome to.
no, I appreciate it. Yeah, that sounds fun to me.
Because I love your input as an American and as a Trump supporter, and this is such an intriguing coincidence. It is a lovely word, isn't it? It reminds me of that movie Sliding Doors. Remember Sliding Doors?
I have not seen that. I've actually not even heard of it. Sliding Doors.
Really?
Look
It's
at
such a good movie. It's basically, I'm going back, it's about 25 years old now. And this woman, and she goes to get onto the subway. She's British. Is she in England? I don't know if it's the London Underground. Yeah, it's a British film. She goes to get on the underground, and the doors open, the sliding doors open, and she gets on, and then it's like she splits and one doesn't get on, and she ends up crossing over into like her parallel opposite world.
okay.
It's such a good film. It is
Yeah,
a really good film.
I looked it up. So it came out in 1998, and it's a comedy, right?
Well, I would call it a sci-fi. I wouldn't really call it a comedy because it's science fiction.
Right.
Let me just hang on a minute. Yeah, 90. Yeah, I knew it was a good while ago.
Is Gwyneth Paltrow in it?
Yeah, Gwyneth
Okay.
Paltrow's in
This
it.
is the one then.
Yeah, it shows the two parallel lives of Helen. In one life, she stays with the boyfriend. In the other life, she finds that Jerry cheats with her. So she doesn't get on the train thing, the underground on one. She goes to work and is oblivious. And on the other one, she ends up going home and seeing him with another woman in her bed.
Oh.
And her whole life changes from that. Hello, gorgeous. Hello, George. Oh, you've not had much attention today, have you, from Mummy? Yeah, I think I'm going to have a break tomorrow because I need to spend some time with my pups, and
Mm-hmm.
got a lot to catch up tomorrow. Schoolwork with my little boy because I
Sure.
homeschool him, don't I? So
Yeah,
we'll
the
go for
homeschooling
Friday.
is. Yeah, Friday sounds good.
Yeah, and I'll have to move my other streams though. That's the only thing.
Mm.
There's have you ever seen something called Orphan Black on Netflix? That is really good.
Orphan Black. Let me look it up because it sounds familiar.
It's not sci-fi, but they're all clones and they're all living like different. That's really interesting. And there's another film that's similar, but I can't remember what it's called. Hello, hubby. Where's my hubby? Oh, that was the dog. That wasn't my hubby. The Underground is the oldest in the world. What was the name of that movie that you wouldn't show, Penny, on your show? Yeah, I love that film. Do you know what, Bridget? I was thinking this again, Synchronicity, the other day. I want to start that up again. I used to do a movie channel. I'm literally coming now. Okay, just hold on. I've got to go now. It's
Okay.
so late. I didn't realise how late it was. I've got to go and put my son to bed. He's late, so I didn't
Okay.
realise the time. I was like, wow, it's 10 o'clock gone here.
Yeah. Yeah. Busy day.
So
But
yeah.
yeah, I'll so it'll be the other channel
Yeah.
Friday. Okay.
Yeah. Do you want my email address so you can?
Sure.
Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
see the chat if I put it in the chat now?
Yeah, I got you.
So if you want to contact me, you can there, and then I can give you sister. Yeah. Can you go to AI? Can you just go to Jack sec? Yeah. So drop me an email, and then I can give you my socials. So if it's easier to contact me, if you're on Twitter or Instagram or anything like that, I can. If it's easier than email.
Okay.
whatever's easier for you. And then we can like just make sure that you're free in case something comes up, because things happen, especially with me.
Right.
You know, if something comes up and you can't make it, just let me know and we can move around or whatever.
Okay.
It's not a problem. So yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
Well, thanks for having me again. Thanks. It was
You are so
always
welcome.
good. So yeah. So
And I'll do a bit of digging, so refresh my memory a little bit. Well, I'll
Okay.
pull up some articles. I'll try and find some articles from 2016 when it was all going on originally, because I love going back and finding the originals of things, and we can look at what people were saying at the time, because it was really big then.
So surprised I haven't heard about this. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But
yeah. People really enjoyed you, Ben. They're
yeah, and
saying thank
I
you.
appreciate all the kind words. It's awesome. I love my people from across the pond.
Are we your first British friends, or did you have us before?
I've had some British friends before, Leeds and Liverpool,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, but yeah, it's always a good time.
Oh, that's good. So you've got lots of new friends now then in
Yep,
the UK.
awesome. I
And
appreciate.
Dave went off in a mood, didn't he? Because I told him he was
Yeah.
wrong about the Amish, and
Yeah,
he does that. He does that. He throws a sulk sometimes. But it's, you know, we'll get over it. I've known him for years. We've had falling out, but we always make up again. So
well, there you go.
okay, yeah. If you can all thank Ben, and we'll see Ben hopefully on Friday. I'm gonna have to move it because I can't do 2 shows in one night, Jenna. Unless you want to move I think the Barron Trump thing needs to be closer to the election while it's still fresh in everyone's mind. So I'd like to do that this Friday, and then I can just move the fridge night and the other stuff. The fridge night is just a silly thing that I used to do years ago during lockdown. And it's we started off doing an open panel. Anyone can come up, and someone showed us their fridge, and we started doing this thing called Friday night fridge night. People come up and they show us their fridges. That's it. It's just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
For shits and giggles. And then another community have started doing it. So I'm bringing it back, the return of the Friday night fridge nights. It's just a bit of fun. That's all.
Cool.
It's
And
not
to Paul Rayner asking what I think about the Liverpool accents, for the people who don't know from earlier, yeah, I think it's a very interesting, very thick
Stop it.
accent.
Sorry. Interesting. Yeah, it's one way of putting it. It's very diplomatic, because I'm guessing Paul's a Scouse. You have a Brummie accent now. You have a Brummie. Yeah, I'm not that Brummie. I've not lived there for 13 years. Thank you again, Alex, for the super chats, and to Joe. George, stop it now. Yeah, I've got lots of demanding my attention. Right, I'll see you later, guys. I'll see you on Friday night. If anything exciting happens tomorrow, like something, I don't know, anything happens with this Trump and camel toe and whatever, I'll jump on. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate everybody. Thank you to Ben.
Thanks, guys.
You've been awesome.
Yeah.
Take care. See you soon.
All right. Bye.
Email me if you want to do, if you want to like let me know of any changes. If not, I'll see you at 8 o'clock on Friday night. The puppies are starting to play now. You can probably hear them.
Yeah.
See you later.
See you guys.
Bye bye. Bye. Right then, and I'm going to get off. So it's been interesting. What a 24 hours. I'm like a zombie now. I'm going to get some sleep. I need to go and sort the puppies out, and didn't realise the time. It's very late. And I'll see you all Friday. Anything happens, I'll jump on tomorrow. But for now, good night. God bless. Hit that. Can you hear the puppies? This is very long. I don't know. They were going to be, but I've been. Yes, they are. They are. Right. Okay. I'll see you all Friday. Unless anything changes, I'll jump on tomorrow. It sounds like the little critters, like they're just puppies. Right. See you later, guys. Lots of love. Bye. Thank you again to Ben. Big up, Ben.